Okay, so hey guys, I'm back, and today we're gonna be making roasted pumpkin sage soup. I was really feeling in the mood for soup because fall has started and it's getting really chilly these days. So soup, why not? So I've already cut my roasted pumpkin that's about to be in the oven. Oh, which reminds me, I should probably preheat the oven. Okay, so we're just gonna do 375 on conventional bake. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start chopping my garlic that I'm going to drizzle on my roasted pumpkin before it goes into the oven. And you really just want to give them a quick chop, nothing too big, nothing too much, because this is going to be a soup, so the thicker the pieces, the more flavor you're going to get. So we're just gonna go ahead and drizzle this on top of the pumpkin, and then we're gonna get some salt and pepper and red chili pepper, because why not? I like spicy food. Just a little bit, not too much. Whoops. Pull it back. And then just a little bit of some pepper, because I like spicy. Okay, there we go. And the most important thing, salt. Never forget salt, because you need all of these flavors to really come out and just enjoy a little tango together, Now we're gonna go ahead and get some olive oil and give that a quick drizzle. Okay, I poured a little much, but that's okay. Okay, and then we're just gonna mix this up a bit, toss it, make sure all of the pieces of the pumpkin are nicely slathered in the pepper, salt, garlic, olive oil concoction that we have just made. Remember, the more seasoned your pumpkins are, the more flavor that you're going to get in the soup. So yeah, we're just going to give it a quick lather. And I really like olive oil because it's going to really help with the sage and bring out the proper flavoring that I really want in this dish. I'm going to give my hands a quick rinse. Always wash your hands when cooking, because you don't want germs to spread. And especially since it's flu season is here, you really want to stay clean. Okay, so now I'm just gonna get a small saucepan. Let's bring you over to the stove. There we go. And I'm gonna quickly give my sage a nice little roasting to really elevate the sage flavors in the soup, ironically. So I'm just pouring a little olive oil, salt and pepper again, and keeping it on medium. We don't want them to burn, we just want them to have a nice little brown touch on the leaves. So salt and pepper, not too much. I'm just gonna give the sage leaves a nice little dice to really let those flavorful and essential oils of the sage leaves to really get out. sage in cooking. Okay, now that that's done, just gonna swirl it around. Really coat the sage leaves in the olive oil. Let that sit, and we're gonna get on to our next pumpkin. I'm gonna get another oven tray because mine is already filled up with pumpkin. Okay, just kidding. We don't have another oven tray, so I'm gonna have to do this one pumpkin at a time. Yeah, so you really just want to keep an eye on the sage because sage gets cooked super fast. And yeah, it's done already. Crap, I ended it. Okay, we're starting again. Here's the sage. Okay, we're back. We're gonna take it off the heat, and I think that my oven is preheated. Oh my gosh, I'm bugging out. That's preheated. I'm gonna go ahead and add my pumpkin into the oven, and I think I'm gonna put it in for 10 minutes at first, and then we can go ahead and check that later. Okay, we are back, and now I am gonna show you how to cut a pumpkin. So not gonna lie, pumpkin cutting is like a lot of work. So we are okay, so I'm just gonna put my pumpkin in here for now, and then I can transfer it back to the tray after the first pumpkin is done cooking. So before I'm gonna cut, I have already gone ahead and given them a quick rinse and really gotten rid of all the nasty stuff that's on there. I'm gonna take off this because it's getting kind of hot. Okay. So, I'm gonna give our knife a quick rinse. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and cut the stem off first. So put it down and just cut it off. Okay, technical difficulty. Oh, okay. Cut it off. I'm just gonna put it to the side. I'm just gonna use this for all of the pumpkin stuff that we don't actually end up using. This bowl is a little too small since I'm going ahead and using 2 pumpkins for the soup. Okay, so now that we've cut it off, place it down on the bottom so now we have a nice steady surface to go off of. You're gonna go ahead and cut it in half vertically so we can peel out all of the pumpkin seeds because nobody wants seeds in their soup. Okay. Okay, whew. We've made it through the pumpkin. This is how it looks. Delicious. I'm just gonna go ahead with the spoon and just really kind of get all the seeds out of there because, like I said, we don't really want to eat the seeds in our soup. We want a nice and smooth, thick soup for this cold fall day and for the winter days and snowy days to come. Okay, I just kind of want to use my hands and really get in there because the spoon is not really working. Always remember, your hands are your best tool if you don't want to use a spoon or a fork or a knife or anything like that. Okay, yeah, it's getting a little slippery here as you can see. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna put this on my pan face down while I carve out the other pumpkin. I kind of use the spoon to really loosen up everything first and then I go ahead and use my hands just to make things a little easier. Oh my God. Okay. And I really like to leave all the fibrous findings in the pit of the pumpkin because that's what really adds texture to the soup, which I really like. Or if you want, you can take them out, your preference. Now that I'm done with that, I'm just gonna go ahead and rinse my hands again, just to make sure I can cut better. Okay, now this is just gonna go on the side, and we are ready to start cutting our pumpkin. So you're gonna put the flat side down so you have a steady surface, and we're just gonna make some big wedges. So they get cooked a lot slower because I like pumpkin to be cooked slower because that's when the garlic and the sage really adds depth to the flavoring that we're gonna want for this soup. Just keep cutting. Okay, cut the last wedge. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna add this back to the pan and start with our other half, doing the same thing, going ahead and making some big wedges. Very tiring process, but keep going. Okay. One more slice. Whew. Okay, now I'm adding this back into the pan. Just let it sit there. I haven't put any seasoning on them yet. I really want to transfer them into a pan that I can use to bake them with. Okay, so at 5 minutes, oh wow, it's already down to 3 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and check to see what is going on with our pumpkin in the oven. Use my oven glove on the mitt, check on them, and I'm just gonna use some tongs to flip them. Because you want to make sure that they get evenly cooked on both sides. And also, might I add, this is like my own recipe, so I'm kind of proud of myself. Now that we'll put those, put them back, and in 3 minutes they should be done. Like I said, again, they're in the oven for 10 minutes at 375. Okay. So, after that, I'm just going to... Yeah, okay, so we don't have another tray. Thought we did, but we don't. So we're just gonna wait now. And I'll see you guys back at, oh wait, let me do the spice rub for the, oh wait, I want to transfer them, so never mind. Okay, bye guys, and I'll see you back after those are done. So actually I decided just to start making my pasta. So yeah, so I just put a pan pot on the stove on medium heat. I'm going to fill this up with water so I can add it there. And I'm just going to go and get my pasta, so I'll be right back. today alright, pasta that we're going to be using today is Buongiorno Rigatoni. Just kidding, we got this from Giant. We didn't really go to Italy. We didn't get this from Italy, we did go to Italy. So just open them up, and my water is boiling, and I'm going to add some salt to the water because we always need flavoring. Okay, I'm just going to get some water for myself because I'm a little thirsty. Cooking is very tiring. Oh. Okay, so my timer for the pumpkin in the oven has gone off, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take those out. Wow, do you hear this sizzle? Let me show you what it looks like. They look absolutely stunning. Okay. So I'm just gonna take these out, give them a little shake. Wow, that's strong. At least you know they're cooking well. Okay, so they look a little dry, so I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit more olive oil on them. Okay, and they still don't look done. They look a little raw, you can tell. So I think I'm gonna put them in for another 5 minutes, just so I have enough time to check on them. Okay, now let's start with the spice rub for the next set of pumpkin that we have. So again, just some olive oil, salt, pepper, just your basic spice rub. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start peeling and chopping garlic because I love garlic. Right now I'm using about 5 cloves of garlic. And a nice little trick to peel garlic faster and better is to actually hit the garlic with your knife, and yeah, and then you can peel them a little faster because time is of the essence. Okay. Okay, this one's done. Okay, so that's all we have. And like I said again, this is how my garlic looks like. I'm just gonna go ahead and give these a little chop. Oh my gosh, to really infuse those flavors. Okay, just gonna add this to the pumpkin. Really drizzle them all around to make sure the garlic really gets into the pumpkin. And then again, we're gonna go, I'm just gonna rinse my hands because garlic really makes my hands sticky. So, okay, so again, some crushed red bell pepper, because I like spicy, and some salt, of course. Don't never want to forget salt in cooking. And then some pepper. Excuse me. Okay, we're gonna give this, I'm just gonna finish all the pepper. Okay, so we're just gonna give this a quick little toss. Let's see. So this pan is not oven safe, which I completely forgot about. So we're gonna let that finish, and then I'm just gonna transfer this into the tray that we already have in the oven. So this is gonna cook for a shorter amount of time because that tray is already preheated for like 20 minutes because it's been in the oven cooking the other pumpkin. So after this is tossed, I am gonna start cutting my zucchini, these cute little mini zucchinis that I got at Trader Joe's, and start with making the pasta. Okay, and for the pasta, I like making my signature Alfredo sauce, which is super healthy to compare to the other normal version of Alfredo sauce. Just let me go to the side. And these are my baby zucchinis. Just cut that open. And I'm just gonna, I don't want to use too much because we already have a lot of pumpkin soup to finish. So I'm just gonna go ahead with 5 baby zucchinis, chop the heads off, and then I was thinking of just maybe slicing them like I do with cucumbers, because these zucchinis get cooked really fast. And the smaller you cook them, the faster they get cooked, and I don't really have time to keep an eye on them since I'm already making my pumpkin soup and my pasta. So I'm just gonna put these on a pan, again with olive oil, salt and pepper, and red crushed peppers, and really saute them super quick. Okay, so let's put the phone here. I'm gonna on the exhaust because. Okay, so I have some olive oil going into my pan again. Now for this one, I'm not really looking for a full cook. I'm doing it on medium heat, and I really just want to lather them in the olive oil. And as soon as I see them getting brown, I want to remove them because I like the crunch that zucchini has. Because when it gets cooked down, it gets kind of like mushy, and I don't want to take away from the texture of the pasta. Half a box for my brother and I. So my pet apparently got okay, I'm just gonna pretend like I did not wash all of my pasta. As you can hear, garlic into my zucchini, but I found a piece. And I love garlic. Okay, I'm just gonna give this a nice little toss. Okay, and now we're gonna stir our pasta. And we're gonna check on our pumpkin. Been in the oven for quite some time. To get a nice char to to the pumpkin because I really like a nice smoky flavor on my food, which I think this has gotten perfectly. So I'm going to remove them from here. Actually, I'm going to keep them in because I don't have any right now. Space. Yeah. So now I'm just going to use the sage that we made before and give it a quick stir and add just a couple leaves to my zucchini and save the rest for the for the soup. Okay, so now my zucchini is done. I'm going to remove it from the stove so I make sure they don't get cooked anymore. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go ahead and put all of my pumpkins into my blender and start blending them really nicely. And then I can put the other batch. Okay, so right now I'm gonna remove the blending machine that I need. And I'm gonna add cold milk. I don't want to boil the milk because I need to boil the whole soup eventually. So I'll just make things. So this will just make things go a little faster because the pace of everything is really picking up. So I just use the rest of the milk. I'd say about a quarter cup of milk. Just gonna put the lid on. Use this to really punch down everything. And here we go. So I'm gonna be right back and get more milk. I'm back. I'm back with a nice big gallon of milk because this one's over. Okay, I'm just gonna add a little bit of milk into this to really thin everything out because pumpkins are really thick. Have it on low just so I can mix the milk in a little before I go on high. Here we go. To make my first batch pretty thick and then make my second batch super thin just so I can texture it out a little more and so I know how much of milk to add. The ratio of milk to pumpkin. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and add this soup into a big pot so I can boil it down. on a plate, I've just taken out my pumpkin from the oven, and I'm gonna transfer the next batch of pumpkin that we have. So now that the next batch of pumpkin is in there, I'm gonna go ahead, add my soup into a saucepan that I have yet to turn on. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the exhaust so you guys can hear me. Okay, so it's on medium heat. I don't really want to add anything into the pan for the soup because it's already liquid for the most part. Just gonna go ahead and remove all of the soup. Wow, that's hot. Wow, this is delicious. I can't wait to see how this turns out. I'm just gonna use my spatula and remove everything from the blender. And because this soup is already super hot from the roasted pumpkins, I think I'm just gonna turn off the pan and then I'll turn it back on when I need to thin out my soup. This is a lot more work than I anticipated. And I'm like sweating because it's a lot of work and it's super hot. Okay, so now that we've gotten that taken care of, you don't really need to get everything out because we still have another batch of pumpkin to blend through. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn my soup off. This is really good. While my while my pasta is boiling, I'm gonna go ahead and, oh awesome, that's the timer for my pasta, which means my pasta is done. And let's start with the next batch of pumpkin soup. So in my blender, I'm just gonna add all of my roasted, delicious looking, charred roasted pumpkin. And this time I'm gonna add a lot more milk because like I said, I really wanna thin it out. And if you want, you can go ahead and add some heavy cream, but I'm looking for a more healthy version. I might drizzle some heavy cream on top after the whole concoction is done. Okay, let me look for my lid. Okay, so it looks like I lost my lid, so I'll be back. Oh, this thing, I found it. Put it in the sink. Okay, so we're gonna go back, nicely blend this out super finely, and I'll be back. add this to the saucepan that we had to really heat up and add the next batch of aromatics and flavorings to the pot. So here we are. Add this. So this is actually a lot more soup than I thought, so I think we're gonna give some to our friends. Oh, my brother is back, so we are gonna ask him to taste it. You wanna try the pumpkin soup? I'm not talking to anyone, I'm making a video of all this. Do you wanna try some? So that part is obviously going to be edited out. Here, try some. Or wash your hands first, actually. Did you wash it? Yeah. Do you want to get a spoon so you can try some?
This?
Yeah.
So, what ingredients have you put?
I've added, okay. Try some. Yeah, go ahead. What does it taste like? Tell the audience. Show me your face.
It's actually really good.
Guys, you have heard it first from our first customer, Neil Peter, an accredited food chef who does not cook, but he likes to eat everything. So, I don't really know what that was about, but we're gonna start with our next batch of making our pasta, actually. So do you want to start?
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna start with my signature Alfredo sauce that I have concocted on my own, and let's get started with that. Okay, here I have a small saucepan. I'm not looking to make a lot of cheese sauce because, or maybe I might, and then just really dull it down with a lot of milk, because cheese has a lot of fat. So again, like most of our other ingredients into this whole meal, some olive oil, not too much, actually maybe just a little more, but why not? So salt, again, some salt, okay, and some pepper right here. Actually, I finished my pepper, so I'm gonna add a little bit more of my crushed red chili pepper, because my pepper is obviously over. Okay, now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and chop up a little bit more of garlic using the same technique, really just peeling all of it off. Oops. And then giving it a nice little smash to make it easier, to make the peeling process easier, I should say. Okay, so it seems as though my garlic has exploded, so I'll be right back. Yeah, during this process, you don't really want to hit your garlic too hard because, as you can see, it's going to go everywhere. Okay, so if you can hear that, you can hear that my red chili pepper and salt is starting to sizzle, and that's when you want to start chopping up your garlic and then adding it in. Put this to the side. Give it a nice little chop like we did before when we were roasting the pumpkin. Okay. I really like to finely dice my garlic to really fully infuse the garlic flavor, because I love garlic. Okay, now that we're done, we're going to go ahead and add all of this into the olive oil, salt, and pepper pot that we have on the pan. And I'm gonna show you what that looks like in one quick second. How far in front here? Okay, here we go. This is what it looks like. It looks absolutely delicious. And I'm gonna get my oven mitt. And this is when things really start to get cooked really quickly fast. So my garlic olive oil is on sim. My pasta is done, so I'm gonna drain it really fast. Okay, pasta is done. That's going in the drainer. So I kind of just like to leave my pasta in the drainer in the sink to really drain it, and because it gets super hot because it's been in the hot water for a super long time. So after my garlic is done, I'm just gonna add some cheese. I'm gonna finish the cheese because there's not a lot left. I'd say there's about half a tablespoon left. So I'm just gonna put that in here, the garlic. And then we're gonna quickly add some milk because you don't want the cheese to melt too quick. As you can see, I'm adding a lot of milk to fully coat the pasta that we're gonna have. And I like to keep mixing the cheese sauce because it tends to stick on the bottom even though we've already added the oil. So we're just gonna keep a close eye on that. And now we're moving on to our pumpkin soup. I'm gonna add some milk to that. I really added quite a lot of milk, as you can see, because like I said, I really want it to thin out because I'm not a big thick soup person. So we're gonna take our spatula and really mix this up. And after this is done, I kind of want to put it back in the blender to fully submerge the milk and really like mix it up properly with the soup that we have. So I'm gonna put this on medium because it is a big pot of soup. So yeah, so we're just gonna mix this a little bit. This feels like a gourmet meal. I should get paid for this. I'm just gonna quickly wipe off all this pumpkin soup that we have left on the spatula, and we are gonna check on the remaining pumpkin that is still been in the oven for quite some time actually. So let's give this a quick look-see. Oh wow, that got done a lot faster than I anticipated. So we're just gonna use this towel because I can't find my oven lid. And so the garlic that has been there since the first round of roasted pumpkin has actually gotten burnt, which I really wanted to happen because I love the taste of burnt garlic. Okay, so we're just gonna use another oven mitt, give this a nice shake, and we're gonna flip these over. I think I'm losing everything. Oh, look at that! I put my mint in the sink. My mitt in the sink, not mint, sorry. Oh, here. Okay, so I'm gonna use my tongs super quickly and go ahead and flip all of this. And I think I'm gonna turn it up because I want this to get cooked a little faster because I've already put my first batch of soup in the pot and I kind of want to get them done at the same time. So we're gonna put this on boil, conventional bake, and let's look back at my soup and see what is happening with this. So as you can tell, it looks absolutely stunning. It's bright and orange. Almost looks like a turmeric mixture. And this would be when we add the rest of our sage before it goes into the blender. I really don't want too much sage. I just want a little hint of it to really, because sage is super potent. And yeah, I think this is done. So I'm just gonna leave this on very low heat to keep it hot. And also to infuse the sage flavors. Okay, so after this is done, we're gonna start with our Alfredo sauce. Put this back here. Okay, so let's take a good look. Our cheese still hasn't melted. I'm actually just gonna turn it up. Okay. And so this is our zucchini quick pan fry that we did. And just gonna put this in here. And let's take this pan out. And I'm just gonna put it on sim. Instead of olive oil, because I think we're done, I'm gonna add some butter. I'm not looking to add too much, just enough. So I'd say not even like a 1/10 of a tablespoon. Okay, so after the butter, I'm not looking to melt the butter. So while the butter is still intact, I'm gonna go ahead and add my zucchini into this pan. Okay, we'll give that a quick mix. Okay, and then we're gonna add my pasta into the butter and zucchini mixture that we have here. You kind of want to separate the pasta since it's a little bit dried out. Okay. There we go. And as you can see, the cheese sauce is boiling, so that's when you know it's done. Give it a quick mix. And it is a little hot. Alright, and I'm going to use an oven mitt, and I'm going to start pouring it over my pasta. As you can see, I got my cheese, my red crushed pepper, garlic, olive oil, really the whole shebang, if you would say. Now I'm just gonna go ahead, give this a good mix. Okay. Okay. I'm not looking to heat this up since it's already so hot. Great, awesome. So everything is done except for the roasted pumpkin that's still in the oven. I think I'm gonna just turn that off and leave it open because it does look done. And I'll start with that batch after my delicious lunch. So let's start plating. So we're gonna have 2 wonderful, colorful bowls of my zucchini alfredo pasta. Here, I'll just turn off everything. So everything is basically done. Just going to use my tongs to serve the pasta to get this. And because I did add a lot of milk, wow, this is heavy, into my cheese sauce, there is milk at the bottom, which is amazing. It's super flavorful. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add that into my bowl of pasta. Right, so I have my oven mitt ready. And let's take this here so you guys can see me to plate. Oh my god. So you guys can see me. Oh, actually, I need that. Plating everything. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead, add all of this, and we're gonna pour a little bit of the milk that we have. Delicious. So we have some pasta left for second serving, if anybody would like. Okay, and the pasta. Neil, the pasta's ready. Here comes my brother, and now we're gonna start plating our soup. Here, this is yours. Okay, so now we're ready to plate our delicious soup. So I'm gonna take you over to the stove. Close the oven because I don't want to get that in the way. Here we go. A delicious, delicious scoop of homemade roasted pumpkin sage soup. As you can tell, this looks like amazing. Oh my god, this tastes so good. I have made quite a lot, so we're going to be having lots of servings of this. Add a little bit more, top it off, and I think I am going to add just a quick pinch of red chili pepper flakes to really liven it up and add some color into it. So there you have it, folks. Delicious lunch. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a photo of this to show my mom. And bye guys, thanks for staying with me, and stay tuned for the next video. I have my brother's soup of him trying it.
Very good. The pumpkin flavor is very rich and creamy.
And I think so we have an A-OK for my brother, and that's how you know it's really good. Stay tuned,
Out of 10, probably it would be like a 9.5.
Wow. Now that's high coming from my brother. Thanks guys. Stay tuned. Have a nice day and stay cozy.